Hello and welcome to the new webinar series called Blink Slice. My name is Arman and I am a partnerships team leader here at Blink. So in these webinars we are going to be giving you a weekly bite-sized dose of information on Blink and how to use it. Somehow my marketing team have entrusted me to present the first of the series. So what I'm going to be going through today is on taking payments through Blink. So what we're going to discover are the different payment methods available to you and your customers, and then I'll be going over a quick demo on Blink and then answering obviously any questions as you go. Please do ask them in the Q&A section on the event, and then I will try my best to answer them as I go along. So thank you very much for joining. Without further ado, let's move on to the different payment methods. So Blink, as far as we know it, is actually one of the only platforms, if not the only platform in the world, to actually offer all three payment rails. So that is open banking, direct debit, and card payments. So open banking is a fairly new one. You might not have come across this. So it's actually a new technology within the banking and payments world. And what it does is it actually allows customers to pay directly from their bank to yourself, the merchant's bank, without having to key in any kind of data or exchange any sensitive banking or card details. So it's actually set to significantly grow over the next few years. And by the end of last year, there was a cumulative of 26 million payments that were actually went through open banking. So obviously a huge amount, and that was actually a 500% increase from the year before. So moving on to direct debit, so it's a fairly common method of payments, and simply it's just an instruction from the customer's bank to the merchant's bank, authorizing them to collect payments on their behalf. So at Blink, we partner with GoCardless, who are industry leading provider within the industry. They can be best used for subscriptions, memberships, and paying regular bills. And then finally, card payments. You all know that they are the most common method of payment within the UK, accounting for just over 50% of payments which are taken. And obviously portraying that we are moving to a cashless society. So what I'm going to be going over now is actually a demo on our platform. Okay, so this is the Blink platform. So this is the home page once you log in to the platform. You've got four key areas here. So you've got the payments, you've got reporting, payment operations, and customer center. So today what I'm going to go through is actually the payments and reporting side of things. So let's jump into the payments area. So I'm going to go through request a payment first of all today. So request a payment is actually when the customer is entering in their card details themselves on their end, instead of you having to deal with that over the phone. It's obviously a lot more secure, goes through 3D authentication, so it's a lot safer, and risk of chargebacks is a lot less. So you've got your logo here. You can customize that fully. You can change that to your logo or your brand. And then these are the merchant IDs which you select. So if you've got multiple branches, you may have multiple merchant IDs, so you can select depending on which one that payment is for. And then you've got a few options here as well. So sale is just a one-off payment, pre-auth the card, and then verify that will confirm the authenticity of the card. And this is where you have the three payment methods. So you'll actually be able to select what payment methods are actually available to yourself and the customer. So for example, if you just want card payments and open banking to be available to choose from the customer, you select both of them. If you want all three, you select all three, and so on. So I'm just going to select card payment and open banking. And then all you have to do is fill in the full name, email address, And what that will do, that will actually send the customer a receipt, a personal receipt with your brand, your logo, your color. So it's obviously, it provides that engagement to your customer. And then you can actually send that via SMS as well. So it's actually gives them a text message straight away, which prompts them to pay on time, which is another brilliant advantage of this method. And then a reference as well. So it could be an invoice reference, an order reference, however you like. And then customer to decide the amount. So that's useful for, whether they're paying off a custom amount on the invoice. And then of course the amount, you can actually split that payment up into monthly amounts. And then you can add a nice touch. So you can actually say, just add a personal note. So I like saying, thank you for choosing Blink. And it just provides that personal touch, again, that engagement with you and your customer. They feel like they are engaging with you. And when you're comparing this with you're probably wondering, what's the difference between a bank transfer and open banking? Bank transfer, there's not really that much personalization. There's not that engagement with that customer. Whereas open banking, it's providing that logo, it's providing your whole image, and it's you can report on all of that. So once that link has been sent out, you can track all of your payments that you have requested from customers. So if you just go into this tab, these are all of the links that you send out. So for example, if you look here, Rafi Dines, you can actually see what time that was sent out and what time that link was actually opened from the customer. And as you can see, Rafi Dines has been a bit cheeky. He's opened the link, but he hasn't actually paid it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually ring him up and say, okay, Rafi Dines, why have you not paid my money? And it just gives that kind of prompt to the customers. You can very easily see which ones have been paid, which ones have been. And that's the brilliant thing. So that you've got the various filters here as well. So you can filter by date, filter by name, email, etc. And then the user as well. So the actual user that took that and requested that payment. And then you've got the status. It's very easy to track which ones have been paid and which ones haven't. And it's very, obviously, when you're looking at bank transfers, again, it's very difficult. If you've got long statements with loads of transactions on there, it's very difficult to see which ones, are actually from your customers. So over here, it provides that visibility for you there. Okay, so moving to take a payment. So you might currently take payments over the phone through a card machine. Someone rings up, you have to enter it manually on the card machine, and then you print a receipt, and then you have to store that receipt away until they pick up the goods. You might lose that receipt. It's very hard to track. And obviously a lot of paperwork. We want to save the environment these days. So what you can do, this is all an alternative method. So it works very simply. So again, you select your merchant ID. This payment will be a one-off payment. Simply fill in so you fill in their name, email address, so that will again send them a receipt once that payment has gone through. Another reference, the amount, and then you can actually either take that payment today or automatically up to a 30-day period. And then simply put in their card information over there. And then you can also do a direct debit one-off payment. So if you've integrated direct debits with Blink, you can select customers which you've got a mandate for, and then take a one-off payment from that customer, which is really it's a new feature and it's brilliant. And then if it's a new direct debit customer, you can actually send them a mandate. So that will actually send them an invite via email to request a mandate from them. So you don't actually have to go on to GoCardless's platform. Everything is on here. So it's reducing the multi-use of different platforms. So then just moving to repeat payments and fixed schedules. So this is a fixed cycle. Again, fill in the details. And what it is, you're going to say it's going to be the same amount on the same frequency. So £10 is going to come out from this customer once every week for, let's say, okay, 4 weeks. And you can obviously leave that unlimited if you like as well. You can have different amount for the first payment and then a custom final payment as well. Simply put in the card details there. And you can do the same for direct debit as well. And then moving on to variable schedule. So as it's very self-explanatory, this is variable cycles. So you can add many amounts of payments. So for example, I'm going to take £10 out on this date. However, they might place an order, a future order already. They know what they're going to order, and then so on. So those payments will be taken then. Okay, we do have a question. So are email addresses recorded and are they reportable? Could we use this to get to our customers? Yes, they are recorded. So as long as you obviously put in an email, I will go over the reporting in just a second, so I will come back to that. Okay, so that's take a payment. I'm going to touch on batch payments. However, we are going to have a webinar on that at a later stage. So batch payments are useful for taking multiple card payments in one go. Once you have taken the first payment from a customer, their card details will actually be tokenized securely on our platform, and you'll get a Blink unique reference. So you can actually go back to that payment and actually take that payment again without having to actually enter in any card details. And it just saves that time again for you. It makes everything more efficient. And this is what you would use the batch payments for. You'd use that figure. Okay, so going to reporting now. So we just go back to the home page and we go on to the summary. So this is where you actually view all of your transactions, what's coming in, what's what you're going to be expecting over the next few days. So you've got various different filters here. So you've got online card transactions. These will be the transactions that are coming into via Blink, and via if you are taking payments through a gateway, payments gateway online through your website. You've got card terminals, so these will be if you've got card machines with us, then those transactions will appear after 24 hours as well. All card transactions, so that's any transaction which is being taken through Elevon or acquiring bank, AIB. And then you've got open banking and direct debit. So you can actually see the traction that these are getting with your customers. And it could potentially be that if you are seeing many people using open banking or direct debit, this could influence what ones are actually available to your customers when you are requesting payments from them. So it's a useful insight there. And here are the batches which are actually going to be funded into your bank account, say on a daily basis. So you can actually, it's very good for reconciliation, etc. as well. And then you can obviously filters through the dates there. Okay, so as I said, reporting is going to be its own webinar as well. We're going to be going through more of that. So just going back to the slides now. So what did we learn? So we've understood the different ways of taking payments available within Blink to help you get paid quicker. It's obviously a very important thing. We've seen how open banking, the new payment method, provides a quicker and more personal customer journey. It's you have that branding, and then you've got better visibility through reporting for the multiple payment options. As the question said, you can filter via email addresses, and you can actually you can go back and filter, and then you can go back on that initial payment to maybe have another payment from that customer. So if you're a current merchant, if you are using us and you want to learn more about something, if you want any help on any support, then you can access that through our platform itself on the support function. And if you are a new customer and you want to sign up, then go to www.blinkpayment.co.uk/signup. And please join our new up and coming Blink Slices. So we've got open banking in a nutshell with our MD Ben Cohen. So you're in for a treat there. That's next Wednesday at 1 p.m. So we've got a few different questions here. So how do I set up open banking? I'm an existing customer. It's very simple. So you can either get through to our support team, and it's a very simple process. All you have to do is actually upload a copy of a proof of bank. So that can be your recent bank statement, a void check with your limited company name. Our onboarding team will be able to log that on and activate open banking, and you can use that straight away. So you can actually use just open banking. You don't necessarily have to use Blink for card payments. Okay, just a couple more questions here. How do you make a generic link without having to fill in a name? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back onto the dashboard. So if you are requesting a generic link, obviously you can actually just send it via email. You don't actually have to put in their full name, so you can actually change the settings on the background. But obviously, you want to provide that personal touch. And you've got Blink pages as well. So you can actually set up a generic Blink page. It will be the same URL for everyone. And you can actually just include that on invoices, and you can actually change the settings in the customizer here in Customer Center. And you can actually filter out whatever ones that are your preferences. How quickly do payments hit our account? Hope not physically, but how are they notified to us as being received? So that depends on the funding that you are on. We do offer next day funding to our customers. So that will be within 24 working hours. There is a usual 3 to 5 days that the transactions will be appear in your account. However, on the reporting function, once they are accepted, that means that payment has gone through. So you will expect to receive that, depending on your function, after 1 day or normally 3 to 5 days. Okay. And just a mention on Blink 2.0, if you are currently using Blink as a platform, we do encourage you to move to this new Blink 2.0 platform if you are not already using it. If you are wondering how to move on to the new platform, either get through to our support team, they'll be able to get you on, or when you log in, there is a banner on the right where it says Get Now. If you do click that, then you will be able to log in with your usual contact details. So please do make the most of the new platform. It's, you can see how great it really is, and we've put a lot of time and effort into this. So we really do hope you are using it to the full advantage. Okay, how long do open banking payments take to come into our account? So this is one of the best advantages of open banking payments. They are instantaneous. And as I mentioned before, you may think that, okay, what's wrong with BACS payments? However, with BACS payments, it's very hard to report on that. It is time consuming. You have to manually input details. There are room for error as well. With open banking, because you've already got your bank account set up, all the customer has to do, you've already requested their money from them. It's only a few clicks, and they don't have to put in their details. If they're getting a payment link on their actual phone via SMS, they've already got their banking apps, of course, on their phone. Face ID authentication, straight onto the next page, that authenticates, and then the payment has been made. So it's just such a seamless process. It's a lot quicker. If you are taking a lot of BACS payments, you will find that you are you're reducing the time chasing up clients. I think I heard a stat, it's 25 billion pounds within the UK, which people are actually waiting on invoices or payments that haven't been cleared by their customers. So this is a great way of getting around that. So that's one of the benefits of open banking. Okay, I think that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the first webinar. Hope I've provided you with some useful information. These are my personal contact details. If you do ever want to get in touch with me, please do. I will be happy to help. And until next time, thank you very much. Goodbye.